You ever stop and think about why there are so many different kinds of farm animals out there? I mean, especially in a place like Pakistan, the diversity is just incredible. You've got these massive cattle, all kinds of specialized sheep, but here's the thing, it's not random. Not at all. Each and every one of these animals is basically a living story, a story of a specific purpose and a specific place. So let's dive in and really unpack the story behind these amazing breeds. Okay, so what does that even mean, a triple threat buffalo? To get to the bottom of that, we first have to wrap our heads around a really key idea: the difference between an animal's breed and its type. These two words are basically the secret key to understanding this entire world.
So let's break it down. Think of it like this. Type is the job description. Is this animal built for dairy, for meat, or is it a work animal? That's its type. Now, the breed, that's the specific resume. It's all about the heritage, the ancestry, and those specific traits passed down for generations that make a particular animal, say a Sahiwal cow, absolutely perfect for its job. All right, let's kick things off with the animals whose main job is to fill the milk pail. We're talking about the dairy specialists, the absolute powerhouses of production.
And first up, we've got to talk about the water buffalo. In Pakistan, this animal isn't just a milk champion, it is a true triple threat. See, it's valued for its milk, its meat, and its power as a work animal. It's a real all-in-one package. Now this is where it gets really interesting. Let's look at this comparison. You've got the Neeli Ravi buffalo and the Sahiwal cow. Both from Punjab, both produce a ton of milk. But check out that fat content. The Neeli Ravi's milk is way richer, coming in at 6.5%. The Sahiwal, on the other hand, is a more specialized dairy or milch breed. Let's zoom in on that Sahiwal for a second. It's just this iconic animal, right? Medium-sized, with that very distinct reddish color, and of course that massive hump you see on the males. This is a breed that's been fine-tuned over countless generations for one primary purpose: to be an amazing milk producer. And this number right here, this really shows you how good they are at their job. A single top-tier Sahiwal can produce up to 2,200 liters of milk in one cycle. That is an incredible amount for an animal that's so perfectly in tune with its local environment. Okay, so we've talked dairy. Now let's shift gears from milk to pure muscle. We're talking about the draft breeds now. These are the engines of traditional farming, bred for sheer strength and incredible endurance.
But, just like with the dairy animals, draft isn't some one-size-fits-all category. Oh no, there is a whole spectrum of specialization here. Everything from these enormous animals built for heavy pulling on flat plains to smaller, more agile breeds that are designed for tougher terrain.
This comparison really says it all, doesn't it? On one hand, you have the Bagnari, this absolute heavyweight tipping the scales at 600 kilograms, built for some serious heavy-duty work. And on the other hand, you have the Rosian, which is almost half the weight, it's nimble, it's agile, and it's perfect for places where a bigger animal would just get stuck. And then you get breeds like the Dani, a fantastic medium-sized workhorse that's known for its absolutely beautiful and varied coats. I mean, look at those patterns. It's just a great reminder that even in animals that are bred purely for their function, you can find this incredible, stunning diversity. Okay, now let's turn to the smaller guys, the sheep and goats. Now, while they're obviously a huge source of meat, many of the breeds in Pakistan are specialized for the other valuable stuff they provide, like coarse wool for making carpets or superfine hair. So, the first big difference when you're talking about Pakistani sheep, it is all in the tail. Seriously, the fat-tailed sheep have this amazing adaptation for dry, tough regions. They literally store energy reserves in their tails. Thin-tailed sheep, well, they're more common in places that are a bit less harsh, like the irrigated plains. And among those thin-tailed breeds, the Khajli and the Lohi are absolute superstars. You can see the Lohi is a bit heavier, but what I find fascinating is their cultural importance. Both of these breeds are highly, highly prized as sacrifice animals, which shows you their value goes way beyond just how much they weigh or how much wool they produce. And moving on to goats. I mean, these are the ultimate survivors. They give us meat, hair, and milk. But what's really interesting is that even though some breeds produce a good amount of milk, none have been developed to be purely specialized dairy breeds in Pakistan. They've remained these incredibly versatile animals. And if you want to know why a breed like the beetle goat is so successful, well, here's your answer. Just look at these numbers. a 50% chance of having twins, and a 15% chance of triplets. That amazing reproductive rate is a massive reason why they're so popular. So we've met all these amazing local specialists. But how do they really stack up against the global champions, the ones bred for just maximum, over-the-top output? Let's add a really interesting twist to this whole story. This slide is really the heart of the whole thing. The Holstein Friesian, an exotic breed from Holland, is a milk-producing machine. We're talking around 9,000 liters. That is nearly 4 times what a Sahiwal produces. But, and this is a really big but, it's built for cool, temperate climates. The Sahiwal, on the other hand, is the absolute master of its own environment, trading that peak production for incredible, unbelievable resilience to tropical heat. And that right there, that brings us to the main takeaway. All of this amazing biodiversity, it's not some happy accident. It is a living library of solutions. It's a collection of unique answers that have been carefully crafted over centuries by both humans and nature to solve the very specific challenges of a very specific place. So I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. In a world that is always pushing for standardized, high-output animals like the Holstein, what is the real value of preserving breeds like the Sahiwal or the Bagnari? What do we truly risk losing if we sacrifice that incredible local adaptation just for the sake of global efficiency?